video number 5, Dr. Mathew Joseph. So presenting author, please come on stage. And I would like to say that I'm really honored, and Drishti is really honored to have this video. Though it may not be made for an award session, it is a beautiful video by a beautiful person. And exactly what the spirit of this video is what we intend for Drishti. So please welcome Dr. Mathew Joseph, sir. Please start the video. Yeah.
Friends, I have made an echolocator to help blind people using ultrasound, which mimics the mechanism used by bats to navigate in total darkness. This is the sound signals produced by bat. And this is the signals produced by my echolocator. 2 years back, during a meeting of the Kollam Ophthalmic Association, an interesting paper was presented on the latest products available to assist people who are completely blind. Most of them were innovations on the white stick which the blind currently use. They were mainly additions of ultrasound emitters to the sticks which produce vibrations when there are obstacles in front. The blind person can then feel the vibrations on his or her hand. A few were more advanced, which the blind person wears and tells as audio about the obstacles. After going home, I thought of bats, that is vavval in Malayalam, which are nearly totally blind, but can fly at high speeds in total darkness, avoiding trees and branches to find food like fruits, insects and small animals. I found that bats are able to clearly make out even an insect sitting on a leaf. Bats make ultrasound waves from their mouth, which are reflected from the surroundings and are picked up by the bat's ears. These are then processed in its brain to form images. Like light waves in eyes, sound waves in the ears are converted to electrical impulses and processed to get the sensation of hearing. I also found that the brains of all mammals are essentially similar. Blind people are many times more sensitive than us in other senses like sound and touch. That is how they are able to read the braille. So I thought whether we can provide to the blind the same mechanism as bats use for vision. A completely blind man in the US named Daniel Kish has developed a very effective method of navigating by making clicking sounds with his tongue. He trains even young people this technique. They are able to even ride bicycles and skateboards with this mechanism.
We found other people possessing superhuman powers. Daniel Kish is like the superhero Daredevil, who's blind but uses heightened senses to fight crime.
This is from the movie Srikanth, where he is thrown out of the blind school without his white stick. He then navigates using clicking sounds with his fingers. First I experimented with the car reverse sensor. I found it worked, but its range is very limited, only about 1.5 meters. Then I read about the bat detector, which is an equipment used by bat societies in England and USA. This instrument picks up the ultrasound emitted by bats and converts them to audible sound which we can hear. I managed to get 2 of them through my daughter from abroad. Next problem was making the ultrasound transmitter with a range of at least 5 to 6 meters. Father Ferdinand Peter, former director of Benziger Hospital And at present, the director of Radio Bensiva got me in touch with Mr. Nishant, an excellent electronics expert. He made the appropriate circuit for the transmitter with a 69-meter range. Here the spectacle is oversized because it was made by 3D printing, but not to scale. The ultrasound transmitter and the receivers are mounted on the spectacle frame which the blind man wears. In the center you can see the transmitter which emits the ultrasound waves. The transmitter has its own processor. On either side are the receivers, one on the right and one on the left. The ultrasound waves are processed and converted to audible sound waves in the small box the blind man wears around the neck. The blind person hears through earphones. I presume that, like in our eyes, the reflected sound waves reaching the right and left ear would be different. That is why I provided a separate processor for right and left receivers. The blind person can then combine them to get a 3D effect. In the following video, you can make out the difference in the echoes as the spectacle is turned towards different objects. This is the spectacle which the blind person wears. And in the center you can see the small circle. This is a transmitter which emits the ultrasound. And the reflected ultrasound waves are collected by these two receivers. Now these are processed in this small box which the blind person wears around the neck like this. It's a simple mechanism. And then ultrasound waves are then processed and converted to audible sound, and then the blind person hears them through the earphones which he wears. We have tried it on some blind people with very encouraging responses from them. We are hoping that kind-hearted people or organizations will come forward to produce and provide these echolocators to the poor blind at subsidized rates. You will agree that this is not a profit-making venture, but purely philanthropic. The poor blind need our kindness and help. Let us not forget that India has the largest number of blind people in the world.
Thank you, sir. And I think we all need to really give applaud this sir for at this age. He's actually, the spirit is what counts. Thank you so much, sir. And since we don't have much time, I'll just like to ask Dr. Mohan Rajan to please comment upon this.
Sir, you've always been a role model and inspiration for all of us, and today you proved it. And age is just a number, sir, and you, fantastic. I'm really fascinated by this technology, and whatever you have done, and you have done it, it's so simple and elegant, sir. I think hats off to you, sir. My salutations to you. Thank you.
Sir, I would request, as a chairman of ARC-IOS, why don't you put it for our Think Under the Apple Tree Innovation Award we have on behalf of AIS. I would request you to put it so that that will be a good thing.
So I'm taking 1 minute only, I'm not taking much. He's from Kollam. When he first told this to me, I said, you present it as video. Otherwise, he would have kept it to himself.
Thank you, sir.